What's up, football fans? Week 16 of the NFL season was absolutely insane, and the playoff picture just went from 0 to 100 real quick.
We started this week with only 2 teams having clinched a playoff spot. After this weekend, that number exploded to 10 teams. But here's the real question. Just because you're in the playoffs doesn't mean you're a legitimate Super Bowl contender. So today, with Christmas just 2 days away, we're playing Santa Claus and creating our very own naughty and nice list for the NFL playoffs. Who's getting the ultimate gift, the Lombardi Trophy? And who's getting nothing but coal in their stocking? Let's break it down. Before we dive into our rankings, let's talk about just how wild Week 16 was. The Detroit Lions' shocking loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers on Sunday didn't just hurt Detroit. It officially sent both the Chicago Bears and San Francisco 49ers to the postseason.
How's that for a Christmas miracle for those franchises?
But wait, it gets better. Monday Night Football saw the Indianapolis Colts fall to those same 49ers, and that single loss created a domino effect. 3 teams clinched playoff berths in one night. The Buffalo Bills, Jacksonville Jaguars, and Los Angeles Chargers all punched their tickets to the postseason.
Add in the Seattle Seahawks, Philadelphia Eagles, and New England Patriots, also clinching their spots, and we've got ourselves a party.
Right now, there are only 4 spots left in the entire playoff bracket.
14 teams total will be fighting for a Super Bowl, but let's be real. We can probably dismiss several of them right now.
So let's separate the contenders from the pretenders, starting with the AFC. Starting at the top of the AFC, we've got the Denver Broncos sitting pretty at 12-3.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Bo Nix can be a roller coaster ride. One game he looks like a future Hall of Famer, the next game you're wondering what happened.
But here's the thing. You don't win 11 straight games by accident. Look at their resume. Wins over the Eagles, Houston Texans, Green Bay Packers, and even the Kansas City Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes playing. That Packers game? Bo Nix showed us exactly how elite he can be when everything clicks. And defensively, they're absolutely nasty. The Broncos lead the entire NFL in sacks, and with Patrick Surtain II anchoring that secondary, this defense can match up with anybody. Denver gets the nice stamp of approval from Santa.
The Patriots at 12-3 are proof that when a young quarterback arrives as a superstar, everything changes.
Drake May has been unreal. That playoff-clinching win over the Baltimore Ravens, May literally put the team on his back and carried them to victory. Now, are there issues? Absolutely. They're struggling to run the ball, and stopping the run has been a problem too.
But here's the deal. When you have a quarterback playing like Drake May is right now, you get the benefit of the doubt.
This kid can take over games in the fourth quarter, and that's what separates playoff teams from championship teams. Patriots are on the nice list. The Jacksonville Jaguars were probably on everyone's naughty list just a few weeks ago. Not anymore. This team has won 7 straight games, and Trevor Lawrence is playing the best football of his career. Over his last 2 games, Lawrence has accounted for 10 total touchdowns and 0 interceptions.
That's championship-level quarterback play right there.
And if you needed any more proof, they went on the road and beat those same Broncos we just talked about. That road win in Denver cemented their status as legitimate contenders. Jacksonville has flipped the script, and they're firmly on the nice list. Let's talk about a team that's been flying under the radar, the LA Chargers. While everyone's been focused on the other AFC contenders, the Chargers have quietly won 4 straight games and 7 of their last 8. Justin Herbert has been playing at an elite level in their biggest wins, and he continues to prove he's one of the toughest and most talented quarterbacks in the entire NFL. Their pass defense is one of the best in the league. Yeah, they've got holes, especially on the offensive line, but there's no reason to doubt this team has a legitimate shot at making noise in January. Chargers? Nice list all day. The Bills are a mess defensively. Their receiver play leaves a lot to be desired. So why are they on the nice list? 2 words. Josh Allen. Allen has proven over and over and over again that he can overcome any obstacle. And don't sleep on James Cook, who's leading a tremendous rushing attack for Buffalo. When you have an elite quarterback, you always have a chance. It really is that simple. The Bills have the formula, a generational QB talent who can win games single-handedly. That's a nice rating from Santa. Now let's talk about who's been naughty in the AFC. The Pittsburgh Steelers have reeled off 3 straight wins and are in control of the AFC North. They only need one more win or one Baltimore loss to clinch the division. Aaron Rodgers has settled in, and the defense has made big strides. But here's where reality hits. Pittsburgh is 1-5 against teams currently slated to make the playoffs. 1 win and 5 losses. That's not a Super Bowl contender, folks. Could they maybe get their first playoff win since 2017? Possibly, but it's really hard to see this team going much further than that. Sorry, Pittsburgh, you're on the naughty list. The Texans are tricky. Their defense? Very, very nice. They're allowing the fewest points and yards this entire season. But the offense? That's another story. Houston ranks 19th in both points and yards.
They're averaging just 23.1 points per game. Here's an interesting stat. Since 2009, only 2 Super Bowl winners have averaged fewer points. The 2023 Chiefs and 2015 Broncos.
Both had historically great defenses. The Texans currently have the NFL's longest active winning streak at 7 games, so maybe they can pull off that defensive-minded championship run like those Broncos did. But for now, with that offensive inconsistency, we're putting them on the naughty list, even though they might prove us wrong.
Moving to the NFC, the Seattle Seahawks are sitting in the driver's seat for both the NFC West title and the conference's #1 seed.
That comeback win over the Rams in Week 16 was absolutely stunning. Down late in the game, they found a way to win. Sam Darnold's play can be shaky sometimes. We all know that. But when it mattered most against the Rams, he came up big. And this defense is legitimately one of the best in the entire league. With a crucial Week 18 matchup against the 49ers looming, Seattle controls their own destiny. They're on the nice list. Speaking of the 49ers, if they can get past the Bears in Week 17, they'll have a chance to play for that #1 seed against Seattle in Week 18. The offense has been on fire lately, which is good because the defense has slipped to bottom 10 due to all those injuries. This is truly a team that could go either way.
One bad game from Brock Purdy and they're done. And he's had more than a few stinkers this season.
But Kyle Shanahan plus Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, and potential home field advantage? That's a recipe for success. The 49ers land on the nice list. The Rams have the NFL's top offense and the 5th best defense when you look at expected points added.
They should be the slam dunk favorite, right?
Well, there's a problem. They also have the league's worst special teams.
They've blown multiple late leads because of special teams miscues and short yardage struggles.
But here's the thing. If they can just clean up those execution issues in a couple of small areas, this team is the deserved Super Bowl favorite. Matthew Stafford is the likely MVP. Even as a potential 6th seed, this is an easy call. The Rams are nice. The Bears are the NFL's feel-good story with a real team of destiny vibe. They have 6 wins this season when they trailed in the final 2 minutes. That's the most in a single season in NFL history. The running game is a machine. Caleb Williams has been incredible in winning moments, and the defense forces tons of turnovers. Optimists call it clutch. Pessimists call it lucky. Which one is right? History says pessimists. The Bears have the same feel as last year's Washington Commanders. Breakout quarterback, strong running game, opportunistic defense, and lots of last-minute wins. Those Commanders won 2 playoff games before getting absolutely throttled in the NFC Championship. The Bears might make noise, but they're on the naughty list for Super Bowl contention. The Eagles have bounced back from a mid-season dip with back-to-back decisive wins over the Raiders and Washington. But let's be honest, those aren't exactly powerhouse teams.
Philadelphia has been here before as the reigning Super Bowl champs, and they'll put up a fight.
But the offense, especially the running game, has been underwhelming. The rushing defense has major issues too. The Eagles will make the playoffs and probably win a game, but they're on the naughty list for legitimate Super Bowl contenders. Carolina pulled into the NFC South lead with 2 weeks to go, but they'll likely need to beat Tampa Bay in Week 18 to clinch. Similar to the Bears, the Panthers have been outscored by 50 points on the season, but have a winning record thanks to 7 wins in one-possession games. Bryce Young has been clutch, and the running game can be hard to stop.
But Young is way too inconsistent, and so is that defense.
Panthers? Definitely on the naughty list. The Packers looked like a top-tier contender 2 weeks ago. Then everything fell apart.
They blew a second-half lead in Denver, and Micah Parsons tore his ACL in Week 15.
Then, in Week 16, they blew an even later lead to the Bears, and Jordan Love got concussed. They finished the season against the Ravens and Vikings, 2 tough opponents.
There's still time to get back on track because when Jordan Love catches fire, this team can beat anyone.
But they're not the overwhelmingly talented bunch we saw at their peak anymore. For now, the Packers land on the naughty list. So there you have it, folks.
Santa's official naughty and nice list for the NFL playoffs.
10 teams have already clinched and only 4 spots remain. The race for the Super Bowl is heating up, and we've got some legitimate contenders mixed in with some pretenders. Who do you think is going all the way? Are the Rams the team to beat? Can Drake May and the Patriots shock the world? Or will Bo Nix and the Broncos ride that 11-game winning streak all the way to a championship? Drop your predictions in the comments below.
If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button, subscribe for more NFL playoff content, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our championship chase coverage.
Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy holidays, football fans.